Welcome to a short guided meditation in which we will orient to the body through a body scan. Coming into a place of stillness and ease, taking a moment to support the body in whatever way it is needed. Maybe by adding a pillow underneath the hips or to the low back. Pausing to take a moment if you need to get any more comfortable. And as you come into a place of comfort, begin to notice the room around you, whether enclosed or open, whether busy or in stillness. Just taking in the things that are surrounding you. Allowing the thoughts to settle, just beginning to arrive in the present moment. And if you'd like to, you could let the eyes close gently or rest the gaze somewhere in stillness around you. And beginning the body scan by bringing the awareness to the top of your head. Let your internal gaze rest in this area where a hat would sit, the very tallest part of your being. After noticing the very top of the head, if you'd like, you could experiment with traveling your awareness down, over the forehead, allowing the internal gaze to move down the face, maybe noticing the spaces of the eyes, the inner and outer architecture of the ears. Allowing the awareness to move naturally downward, the gaze may jump to the nose. Noticing air moving into and out of the lungs softly through the nostrils. You might notice the spaces of the mouth and the jaw, and maybe here you release any amount of holding or grasping. Maybe now you experiment with moving your awareness in a more linear way, traveling from one point to the next. You can notice the several specific points along the way. You could also pause for a moment at any point, maybe experimenting with the space between the eyebrows, noticing the point of the nose, noticing the point of the chin. Maybe you notice the point where the two collarbones come together, or the point at your heart center. You can also experiment with using the imagery of water if that's comfortable for you, running down your neck and over your shoulders. You could imagine the water trickling over your skin, moving over your left shoulder and down your left arm, passing over the left elbow, enveloping your left forearm and wrist, covering the palm of your left hand, and trickling down each of your left fingers and your left thumb. Remembering that if any point you get distracted or find yourself wandering somewhere outside the body, this is perfectly normal. And to just bring yourself back to the practice with kindness. Maybe now you try using the imagery of water to travel internally. You could envision water rushing into your right shoulder from your right collarbone, traveling from your right shoulder inside through your right upper arm and into the right elbow. Allowing the water to rid you of anything that no longer serves you, thoughts or sensations. Flowing the water down from your right elbow and into the right wrist and hand. Rushing the water into the right palm and then flowing it into the right fingers and finally the right thumb. Moving the attention back up to the collarbones and into the chest. In any way, traveling the awareness down the torso and noticing movement and expansion from breath. Moving down the front body, checking in with the front ribs, noticing the navel, noticing all the internal organs. Remembering that there is no wrong or incorrect way to notice. Now taking a moment to notice the sit bones, grounded underneath you, supported and held. And if you'd like, you could pause to take a moment to pick one of the vehicles to guide yourself forward, naturally in one direction, moving from point to point, or using the imagery of water or maybe wind, or just listening to the sound of my voice as we move through the rest of our body. And at any point, remembering that you are welcome to pause the practice and return to it at another time. Now noticing the seat being supported and guiding the awareness down the right thigh and into the right knee. Noticing the area of the right knee, moving down over the right shin. Checking in with the right ankle and then moving over the top of the right foot. Noticing all the toes on the right foot, the pinky toe, all the way to the big toe. And then traveling up the bottom of the right foot into the right heel. And then gracefully moving forward into the right calf. Or maybe jumping straight up into the right knee pit. Moving back up into the right sit bone. And then noticing the sit bones again being supported. And then following the awareness from that left sit bone down the top of the left thigh. Noticing the left knee. Moving down the left shin. Moving into the left ankle and onto the top of the left foot. Noticing all of the toes on the left foot, the pinky toe all the way to the big toe. And then moving from the big toe on the left foot across the bottom of the foot and into the left heel. Moving from the left heel up into the left calf muscle, through the Achilles. Noticing the space behind the left knee. And traveling back up into that left sit bone. Noticing the sit bones and then moving however you would like to into the area of the low back. Noticing anything that may come up as we travel and allowing it to pass by as we move forward. And gently guiding the awareness up from the low back, see if you can notice each individual vertebrae or the entire column of the spine as you move up. Traveling through the mid-back and glancing the shoulder blades and ribs. Climbing the back of the neck into the base of the skull. Just seeing if you can come to rest this awareness inside the skull. Maybe by paying attention to the space in between your ears or behind your eyebrows. And then finally, see if you can notice all of your body at once, simultaneously listening to all of the places that we've just visited. If there's somewhere that is calling at you for extra attention, or somewhere you find your attention keeps returning, see if you can imagine that water again. If nowhere in particular is calling to you, you could just think of your heart center, the space in between your ribs where you might feel your heartbeat. With any space in the body, imagine as you inhale, the water rushes into and around this space, nourishing and cleaning you. And as you exhale, imagine this water flushing out whatever you may no longer need. Inhaling, imagine the water nourishes you. Exhaling, imagine the water relieving you of whatever you no longer need. And following this breathing for maybe 3 more breaths. Maybe 2 more breaths at any pace. Maybe 1 more final breath. And as we conclude our body scan, send your entire body gratitude for all of the hard work it does. And give yourself a moment of gratitude for paying attention to what's going on inside. May all beings be safe. May all beings know peace. May all beings know comfort. May all beings know love. And thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.